But what it's doing in this placement is gathering. It isn't doing anything else but gathering momentum. That is the key thing with July, because remember, I'm looking at Vedic. So in Vedic astrology, Pluto is now in Capricorn. It's sitting very, very well. And also Pluto is now in retrograde. When it's in retrograde, it's all inner. It is gathering strength quietly underground. Again, we know that government's going to be looking at this.
Using Wi-Fi without NordVPN could mean sharing your private stuff with more people than you think. NordVPN. Online security starts with a click.
The Keystone wallet is the wallet that you want to be using to keep your crypto safe. Whether you are a Bitcoin maxi or an altcoin lover, it is perfect for you. Easy to use, 3 secure elements, and integrates easily with MetaMask, Kepler, and dozens of other extension wallets. Get one now to keep your crypto safe and secure. Go to bit.ly/CryptoRichKeystone. Hey everybody, I am joined once again by Asha, the amazing astrologer. We are going to be looking at Bitcoin price action in July 2025. What is July going to bring for Bitcoin? Hey Asha, thank you so much for making yourself available.
Oh, hello there, Rich. I'm always happy to be available. This is so fun.
It is fun. I don't know. We've been doing this for a few months now. At the beginning of the month, you do a projection on how Bitcoin's going to work out. And I remember in May, you said that Bitcoin go up, and it did go up.
Yes.
It did go up.
Yeah.
And then in June, you said it was going to go up, and it was going to go down, and it was going to go up, and it was going to go down, and it did do that. And we're now going to look at July. Now, do you want to say a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Oh, yes. Well, I'm Asha, and I enjoy looking at astrology and tarot and numerology to look at your energy, to look at your deeper energy, to look at your hidden energies, to look at your strengths and your challenges. And I'm able to put together a profile for you. And you take that profile and you enjoy. At least once a year, you would probably come back round and have another reading. Just a yearly thing, really. Okay, but for those, you can also have, especially for tarot and numerology, you can have that seasonally.
Okay, and then I'll have the details for people to contact you, which is at monarchmoon.co.uk.
Yeah.
And you do readings for people all over the world, and they can pay you in Bitcoin.
Yes, they can now. Yes. They can pay me in Bitcoin. Yes. Or crypto.
Or other cryptos, main cryptos. I found you because first my wife had a reading with you, and she and I were blown away by how accurate it was, because you do Vedic astrology and tarot and numerology. And then I did a reading with you, and I was blown away by, rather, you did a reading with me, how accurate it was. And then one of the things that you have offered that my wife and I want to do, and we just haven't arranged it, is a joint reading.
Yeah, so I really want to do your joint reading. It's called a synergy. It's called a synergy. And so basically, you put one chart to the other.
Right.
Okay, and then you see how well they synergize with aspects and things.
Okay.
So,
what would be the benefit to my wife and I for doing that?
Well, actually, I think now the benefit of your wife and you doing that now is it's like confirmation. Mm-hmm. So it confirms, okay? But going ahead, it would be to indicate possible changes in the future or possible opportunities to work with change. Because that's what astrology does. Astrology pinpoints opportunities for change.
Okay. Well, one of the things, I don't think I've mentioned this to you, but my wife and I did the Gallup Strength Finder test many, many years ago, which is I think, an incredible personality test. And I got to see things about myself that were hidden from my view, and she as well. And then we were able to use each other's strengths.
Yeah.
Okay, I can go to her for this, she can go to this, to her. So I imagine it's the same if we do a synergy.
It's exactly that.
Right.
It's exactly that. Yeah. That's the whole point of having it. Because like you said,
well, it will confirm to my wife how happily married she is, because I do tell her.
Yeah.
And she says, "Thank you for reminding me." Thank you. And the other is she needs to listen to me. If you can arrange that in the reading.
She listens to you all the time.
She listens to far too much of me. Okay. I have given you the birth chart of Bitcoin, and we've been doing these videos regularly on Bitcoin. So we're going to look, we're recording this on Wednesday, July the 2nd at 7:15 UK time. So take it away. What did you come up with for July?
Okay, so we start off with July with a Sagittarius ascendant. Okay, so with the Sagittarius ascendant, the garden of a Bitcoin is now stating its truth. Okay, actually, what I would say to it now, if we thought it was attractive before, it's very attractive now. Okay, because Jupiter is a trustful energy. So after 16 years, because Bitcoin's like 16 years now, so like after 16 years, it's definitely earned its trust, yet it's also in its teenage, which is why we have this volatility. Okay, but what I see is, so we have the ascendant as Sagittarius. Then we have Pluto in the second house. Okay, so transiting Pluto is now in the second house. Okay, so that means Capricorn. And we would want to see that. But what it's doing in this placement is gathering. It isn't doing anything else but gathering momentum. It's building momentum. Okay, so again, that is the key thing with July, because because remember, I'm looking at Vedic. Okay, so in Vedic astrology, Pluto is now in Capricorn, and it's sitting very, very well. So what we would say, and also Pluto is now in retrograde. So when it's in retrograde, it's all inner. So the only way I can say it is that it is gathering strength quietly underground. Oh, again, we know that government's going to be looking at this.
Yes.
Okay. They are really, really spying on it now. Okay.
So what do you mean spying on it?
Really watching it. They'll be really watching it. So
with a view to shutting it down, or with a view to investing in it?
They can't shut it down. It's more interference.
Okay.
It's more interference. But actually, what I mean, honey, they're seeing how they can use it, because what we may see is we may see some issues this month. Okay, regarding mundane affairs. Okay, so we may see things with water. Okay, issues with water, and it will be crypto that helps solve it. Not physical, not.
So issues with water, like flood.
Not fiat. It won't be fiat currency. It will be something like cryptocurrency, because it has the capacity. To help with things like, water issues, because what we may have on the mundane scale this month is unexpected water issues. Okay, and I mean from the sea. I mean from things like
tsunamis,
I mean volatility.
Volcanoes.
So we could see things like serious water issues. I mean major floods. I mean major water issues. Okay, at the root, and the governments already know. Because remember, they're so ahead, so they already know, and that's why they're looking at crypto to see how they too can be using crypto, because they want to monopolize it. But of course, it's not upset for monopolizing. So the whole point of it is that no one can monopolize it.
Okay, hold on, Asha. Let me move this on. So that's something to watch out for, because we can look at the end of the month. Were there issues in the sea to do with water, which could be tidal waves, floods?
Yes, we are.
Undersea volcanoes.
Yeah, maybe.
And then governments using crypto when those situations arise.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Well, let's see now. Back to Bitcoin, because when you say it's gathering momentum,
power. It's gathering power. It's gathering power. Strength.
Okay. Now, in any price action, there's three main types. The price goes down. Sometimes it goes down suddenly. Sometimes it goes down very, very gently. Or the price stays sideways, up and down, up and down, up and down, but still sideways within a range. Or price goes up really steep, or up very gently.
I would say up very gently.
Okay,
Okay, so
up very gently.
because what Pluto is subtle. Okay, but do not mistake its subtlety for gentle, because it's really powerful. So, and honestly, the way I feel about, in particular Bitcoin, it is the granddaddy of alternative coins. So you can't catch this one. It was born for that reason. It was created for that reason, to be out of the grasp of those that mean to have total control for the few. And that's not what this was set up for. So with Pluto in the second house, in Capricorn, yeah, it's just waiting for its power. It's waiting for, I would then probably say, no, there'll be a little, did you say there's like a little oscillation? Like a little...
Sideways, but sideways can be a little bit of up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah, so I would say sideways, but a little bit of up and down, yes.
Right,
okay.
Right, okay.
But also, the main thing is how it's being spoken about, because it's being spoken about behind the scenes, undercover, behind the scenes.
By governments, corporations?
Yeah, by governments, because it's Capricorn, and we're talking about cryptocurrency, we're talking about Bitcoin, then we would say, yeah, Pluto in Capricorn, in the second house, although, yeah, in the second house, it's like silently being watched, okay, but also spoken, because the second house is the throne. It's being spoken about.
Okay. So if I put it all together, what you're saying is that for July, Bitcoin's going to sideways generally,
yeah,
but slightly upwards by the end of the month.
Yeah, because also the other thing that we also have to remember is that Mercury is in its shadow, retrograde. Okay, it's in its shadow now. Okay. So when it's in its shadow, remember Mercury and the Moon are really important for, and Venus are really important for personal things. Okay, and when Mercury goes station to go retrograde, you know how it can go back up and down again. But the way I see it with Pluto being that steady influence in the second house, okay, no, it will just do what you said. Okay, so it will, but it will never lose its strength. It might just station and oscillate, okay, just like be vibrating if you like, but it's not going to lose its strength. It's almost like its own entity.
Yes. Well,
okay, so
going that way.
That's how it is, and it was created to be that.
Yes, absolutely.
So while the governments might be able to do things with all the others, I don't think they can with Bitcoin.
No, it is the escape hatch. Okay, Asha, hold on a second.
The escape hatch.
Yeah.
You have no idea what you said there as well.
What do you mean? I have no idea what I've said.
Because there might be a lot of people turning towards cryptocurrency soon. Many.
Soon.
Yeah.
Like July, August, September?
Yeah. Like basically from now. Okay, so basically from now. And also remember that crypto was designed to create peace. Okay, that's what it's designed for. So, and what we can then see is that actually, I feel that cryptocurrencies will be instrumental with peace treaties that will be coming down the line. Because obviously we've been having a lot of wars, haven't we? Okay, right. So, exactly. So, and we've been having wars because there are issues with whatever there are issues with. Okay, resources apparently.
Yeah.
And so, the only way to stop the wars is to make peace. Now, crypto might well be the thing that comes together to help with, because no one can own it. No one can own it. No one can say, I own it. Okay, I mean, the founder can say they founded it, but the whole reason for it was that, sorry, I made it and I gave it away. And so nobody, all of us have it. And so that's what I feel. It might be instrumental with peace treaties.
Okay.
Because let us not forget, when Bitcoin was created, its ascendant was Libra,
which means leadership.
which means peace. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Libra is the peacemaker. Libra is the peace treaty. Okay. Libra is the one that comes to make peace.
Great. Okay. Hold on a second. I want to show you some charts. Okay. I've shown you this before. This green means the price started here. These are called candles, and it ended that time frame here. So the price went up, whether it was a day, a week, or a month, or 15 minutes, depending upon the candle. Red means that in that time frame, the price started here and it went down. I remember what you said about April. You said nothing much would happen in April with Bitcoin. It would be, I think, bitey. I didn't know what that meant, right? But it started the month at 82.6 thousand, and it finished the month at 95,000, $12,000 rise, right? But then in May, you said it would go up. So in May, it started the month at $94,000.
Yeah.
And it finished the month, let's go to the 30th. Here, it finished the month at $105,000, $106,000. So it went up $10,000. And then you said for June, you said it would just be volatile.
Yeah.
If you look at the trend for May, it was upwards.
Yeah.
And in April it went down, then it went up.
Yeah.
But in June, you said it would be volatile.
Yeah.
So it went down, and then it went up, and then it went down, and then it went up. So it was volatile. And now what you're saying is like a steady sort of slow upward trend over the course of the month, which I haven't drawn out because the month hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So just something to know. It started the month at $105,500. So
I think about days, babe. You see, it's almost like it's going to get a lot more. It's much more magnetic.
Right.
Okay. So Bitcoin itself and alternative coins in general, okay, are now much more magnetic.
Okay. So more and more people are drawn to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that. We shall see how it works out.
Well, actually, do you know what I did? I also pulled a card. I pulled a card for this month.
Well, let's see.
It's one of my favourite cards, but it might look scary. Can you see that? It's the death card.
Right. Okay. And what does that?
You see that?
Yeah. And what does that mean?